Right. Things look good. Alright, so I've played a bit of this already, here and there. I may have almost finished the 0.5 beta, and I definitely finished the 0.4 beta. So let's just start from the beginning. I guess if anyone else is watching this just to learn what the game is like, it wouldn't be the worst idea to show the tutorial. But it's pretty basic. So, you found an old abandoned house on the edge of town. Judging by the alchemy equipment in the garden, the former owner seems to have practiced alchemy. Apparently a wizard used to live here, but the layer of dust and the condition of the house suggests that it has been empty for a long time. You decide to turn the house into a potion shop. After several days of cleaning and preparing, the shop is ready for its first customers. It's time to remember your alchemy skills and start this new life in a new town. So, this is a extremely chill game. It's the 1.0 release has added a bunch of things that I'm interested in experiencing. I particularly like quality of life things like UI improvements, and the fact that I can get a clean frame rate now is a good step up from what it used to be. Let me know if you're having any issues with viewing, because it looks like my bitrate is being marked as only fair, when I usually get excellent. At least in a restream, Twitch seems fine. I don't know. So yeah, so the basic idea of the game is, well, you're making potions for customers at the shop. You're gonna do that in, well, Cauldron, how stereotypical. First potion they make you do, you can't use any of the standard tools except for the Cauldron. I'm supposed to just toss everything in, which is not how you normally would do it, but... Right, take 2 Terrarias and 2 water brooms from your inventory and throw them into the cauldron. To move ingredients, click on... hold the mouse, drag them to the cauldron, let go. You can drop them down here. You can trick shot them if you're bored. Okay. Sometimes you'll even get them in. After adding the ingredients, you can stir the potion. Stirring the potion advances the potion icon along the path defined by the ingredients. Use the spoon to stir, click and hold the mouse, and move the stone back and forth until the potion icon on the match reaches the desired location. There's also a little bit of a meme challenge to get various tools to stand directly up and down, into upside down in the potion craft community. I haven't really tried that. I feel like the easiest one would be to get it to lay, yep, across the cauldron. Alright, yeah, just stirring advances this line you create with the ingredients. So there's gonna be little potion markers on the map, and when you get to them, you heat it up. I'm gonna skip a little bit of the tutorial text because it's a little verbose. And once you do, the potion you've landed on, or the potion types you've landed on, effects get added to the potion you're currently working on. For instance, I just found the potion of healing. spot on the map. Now, to make ingredients more useful, you're supposed to grind them up to get all of the effectiveness of the ingredients out of them. So basically that makes this Terraria twice as good as it was just tossing it in originally. Same with the water bloom. I think it's actually exactly twice as good. And we land at the exact same spot with half the ingredients doing that. It's going to tell me to save. I don't want that recipe. Both of those recipes suck. Yeah, you can click on the side of the screen to navigate, or you can use the WASD keys. You're gonna sell them to the customers, and they're gonna be like, "This is weak. Give me something better. Buy this potion, but I won't sell very much. I'm sorry, but the tutorial doesn't allow me to make anything stronger yet. So just take it." Flower pot. Okay. And I'm forced to haggle with you. I know that's going to make you like me a little bit less, but at least it's easy. And nowadays, if you hit max, instead of having to wait till you get to the ends to end the haggling, you can just, it'll just automatically say you've hit max haggling potential and let you out, which is a reduction in difficulty for sure. But when you're haggling every single potion, it gets a little bit tedious. I used to that. I'm probably not going to do that now because I'm going to bank on getting reputation and popularity all the way up to get unlocks faster and try to be efficient as I can with my ingredients. So eventually it gets to the point where you just run away with money, and the reputation is the harder one to get. At least that's my opinion. And yeah, like it's saying, you don't have to immediately sell to people. They won't get bored and leave. The game is basically got RPG time. You can spend days to years on a single customer, and it's just frozen. The thing you can't do is go to sleep until you deal with all of the people of the day. And yeah. So you're gonna get ingredients from here, like we just did. You're gonna make them here and gonna sell them here. There are two other places that we'll get to as we go on. Potion of poisoning. Mice. Okay, so this isn't a poison. Not always a such a good task, but the tutorial's only going to give us neutral things, I'm pretty sure. I should probably have done the fire bloom first. Curious. Yeah, okay. The reason why I wanted to do that is because I have some unexplored area over here. Exploring gives you experience. Experience will help later. We'll get to that when the tutorial lets us, or when the tutorial's done. And also, these books here are also worth experience. So if I can move through ones I haven't collected yet, that's better. Alright, it's gonna be a weak potion of poisoning. There are other potion types hidden throughout the map, and it's a fairly large map, at least for water. Oil's a little bit smaller and very much more specialized. Where did the center of the map go? I made a mistake. There we go. And can't mess with saved potions just yet. Just gonna go for reputation, not for haggling. So the last customer leaves the shop. You can take a rest in your bedroom. It's located above the laboratory. Go to the bedroom to end the day. Goes saying. That's the second to last location they're gonna show us before the... Actually, I don't even know if they... I think this is where the tutorial ends. It gave me a bunch of ingredients. Yep. So, the last area is this. This alchemy machine is badly damaged. Find a merchant who can sell you parts for a new alchemy machine. And this is where a lot of the storyline is actually going. You're going to improve your abilities as a potion crafter until you can make the good stuff. For now... Oh, none of the tutorial things give you updates on this. Okay, so let's grind out the stupid achievements that are literally just play the game. From there, going to up my ability to get experience. Experience, reputation, and popularity are the things I'm going to be going for. Money can come later. Right, so now the day has started for the first non-tutorial day. Good afternoon. Yesterday at a friend's party, I burnt my tongue under some hot soup. Now I can't taste a thing. And I'm a brewer. I need to be able to check the quality of my product. My tongue is useless now. Do you have a healing tincture of some kind? To offer a potion placed on the scale. Alright. Good time to fix this. Go away, weak potion of healing. So, I tend to make shortcut recipes with what I have. It wastes a little bit of space in this book, but for now, that is fine. What we need to do is make a good, cheap potion of healing. Unfortunately, cheap isn't so possible with these ingredients, but this is a pretty cheap ingredient. I like to try and get as few of each ingredient as possible. That'll be more possible later when we get things like I can't remember the name of them, the rosemary one, which has a nice little curve to it, which will get us past the healing, so we can actually land directly on it with one ingredient. I think that's the one that allows it. Definitely does on the oil map. I think Life Leaf might actually too. We'll have to, when we unlock it, we'll find out. I may not be getting that far in this session. Just because I'm mostly just showing off that, hey, it's in 1.0 now, you should try it. If you enjoy what you see here, it's just something really chill to unwind with. There's some strategy to it, mostly in how you set up your recipes and whatnot, because eventually you're gonna want efficient ones to be able to get through all of these with as few ingredients as possible. So they will take a lot of ingredients to get through all these. And these are the classical alchemist minerals to make the Philosopher's Stone in basically all the old alchemy things. So yeah, gonna have to go through each of them, and each of them aren't just to make the Philosopher's Stone. There's also some salts that you can make to help you out. The moon salt and the sun salt, for instance, turn the recipe's line and the potion, which will be more important later. Life salt, whenever you run through these bones, it does damage to you. And the life salt will, well, do exactly the opposite, obviously. It's basically a healing potion for your, not potion, a healing ingredient for your potion. Then there's, let's see, there's void salt, which will get rid of some of your line if you make a mistake or need to edit an old recipe for some reason. And Philosopher's Salt, which is fantastic. I'll leave you to find that out on your own, because we're not getting that far, most certainly. Anyway, I should start actually making this. I'm gonna... Oh yeah, thank you for the 25 experience. Yep. 1 talent point. Let's increase the visibility so I can get a little bit more experience off of this one potion. Now there was a glitch regarding visibility, and I'm curious if it's been fixed. I'll take a look at that later. So what I'm trying to do here is line it up as perfectly as possible. The better you can get this lined up, the better the potion will be, up to a maximum of tier 3. So here I'm pretty well lined up. The line doesn't go perfectly over it, but that's okay, because we can water it down just a hair to move it towards the neutral state, which is the center of the map, which is just enough to push it onto tier 3. Now this is where I tend to save it. One that is the minimal to get to that, which will change. That one, I'll sometimes have it be the minimal to get to tier 3 if it's a really close thing, or just the minimal amount of ingredients to get to that, that effect, because some of these require a single icon of that strength, where a tier 1 potion gets 1 here, tier 3 gets 3 to blah. Obviously that just, yeah, 1 less. Pretty intuitive to some extent. Then adding on top of it is a little bit less intuitive. You can have as many icons added to this as you want, but only the last 5 actually matter. So if I were to do another tier 3 potion, it would push one of these hearts out, and I would have level 2 healing, level 3 of whatever I just added to it. So yeah, that's the tier 3 potion of healing, which is cheapest of the things I can do, I believe, for now. I don't think Terraria plus Water Bloom is cheaper, and I don't know if it gets all the way to tier 3. So let's save that for now, and we can make a better potion later. Now, what saving it gives me is the ability to just resume where I left off in a potion, which is why I save the shortcuts. This one being the closest one to healing without actually using it. I can use that to branch out down in this direction in the map. No, I don't particularly care to just go exploring just yet. That'll come in a bit later when I need experience, basically. But that's only because I know where all these potions are. When you're first starting out, you should probably do a little bit experimenting when you have extra resources, like 14 Terraria and 14 Windbloom. That's more than you probably need right now. Later on, for some reason, I always run out of Windbloom. I hope they adjusted like spawn rates and whatnot, or something, because I don't know why I could never keep Windbloom on me. Anyway, that's the strong potion. Let's give it to him. So he's gonna pay more for a better potion, but healing potions are pretty cheap, and the ingredients thankfully are as well, so that is perfectly fine. In fact, that actually is the cheapest ingredient I have, so according to this. I just sorted by price of ingredient there. Huh. I don't actually know what the difference of that is right now. Oh, sure, I know what that is. Okay, so long distance would be the final spot on the map, so these wiggle a bit as they go down. The Terraria route only goes straight down, so if I were to sort by, or at the end, so if I were to sort by a different element, this goes different direction. This goes the opposite of the direction we want to go, so of course it's going to be last. This is completely neutral in that direction. But if I sort by, oh, that's not a good example, because it still remains in the same location. What's a better one then? How about this? I guess down had the biggest edit. Right, because the Goblin Shroom swoops back up a little. At the very end, it's a little bit closer to the center, so it doesn't go as far down at its final location as the Dryad Saddle, but along the way it can go farther than the Dryad Saddle if you're willing to not fully grind up the ingredients. Grinding moves the final location along the rest of the ingredients path, so you can stop early on any of these. You could take the Goblin Shroom as is, grind it out to the farthest left, farthest bottom, up, whatever you want, really, as long as it's between the current X, which is the minimum it goes without Void Salt, and the little mortar symbol on it, which is the farthest it can go when ingredient. That'll matter more when we get more complex ingredients, like Gold's Thorn or Rainbow Cap. Rainbow something. Anyway, let's get this moving along. We just bumped up our popularity, which is absolutely fantastic. That will give us a few bonuses, and you get more bonuses as you go. This one gives me extra price on my potions. That is really all for now. Later on, it'll give you boosts to your reputation as well, or not reputation. It'll give you boosts to the amounts you can gain and lose depending on how you interact with the customer. For instance, I could just end my dialogue with her, and that would be a negative for me, as I have snubbed a customer and my popularity goes down. My reputation may go down unless it's a bad request. For instance, if someone wants to poison someone else and I turn them down, my popularity might go down a little, but my reputation will go up as I'm, well, it says in the last part of this, reputation improves when you help good people and kick out evil ones. Yada yada. Yeah, so there's a little bit going on, but largely for now, just worry about getting customers what they need, and you can have the luxury of choice later. Unfortunately, you don't really have that much to work with as you start out. Scratched off some of the things in the chapters I haven't unlocked yet. Nice. Buy something from a merchant. We haven't seen a merchant yet. Collect very small experience book on the alchemy map. Start a new day. Technically, that didn't happen because that was part of the tutorial. Poisoning, frost, or fire and frost. But she's asking for a sleep potion. It's probably going to be on chapter 2's things. I know where that is from being here. But generally, if you don't know where a potion is, you can sort of guess. If you need, say, a potion of libido, well, that fires people up, so it's probably going to be in the fire direction. If you need a potion of, well, these help a little. Potion of magic, potion of mana, that's going to be in the magic direction. Air, explosion. Some of the things in the explosion direction don't make that much sense, in my opinion. Potion of death. So that'd be things like necromancy, poison, stench, similar sort of deal. Earth is going to be mostly about strength, though, and life's going to be about growth and recovery, maybe even vitality and what's the right word? Riches? I'm gonna go with that. No, rejuvenation. Luck's over. Anyway, so yeah, so for a potion of sleep, she's also, her head's hurting, so healing actually would probably work here. And one of the things I sometimes do for my healing potions is I make it a double potion. Let's start with the strong potion of healing. It would make sense for her. And add in the sleep effect. That way she can get a sound night's sleep and feel better in the morning from her headache. Or she could just stop drinking. No, it's not, probably not that. There are actual people who call it high numbers in this game. So what we have here, that is a, I don't know, what do they call them in this game? A whirlwind? But what they do is they allow you to take a little bits of shortcuts here and there. There was a request early on that I may show off in a bit, but it's not useful here because what I'm looking for is going to be just a bit to the right of here. I think that was it right there. Either that or that's growth. I think growth might be down towards Earth. Life in Earth is growth. Would make sense to me. So, to make this a little easier, I'm gonna use the whirlpool to get just a little bit closer to the center of that. That way I can also try to go a little bit farther and get a little bit more experience on this run. However, there is bones right behind this, so I may have issues just letting it go, but I can also come back to get these if that's an issue. the center of the potion is sometimes hard to hit blindly, but you're roughly aiming for the center of the circle with your line. So I can go a little bit farther down. The center of the circle should be kind of here, where my index finger on the cursor is pointing. That does show up, and yes, it does. And either way, I want to go slightly past it so that I can correct for any mistakes I make. It's better to be able to water your way back than to have to add another ingredient, making the potion more expensive. I want to say there. Let's find out. Yeah, it goes straight into some of the bones on the map. Oh well. So like I was saying... Oh, I missed entirely. Oh well. I don't think I can save it. But this should be good enough for her. Either way. Like I was saying, I can now pull it back and gather some of this experience. Yeah, that's healing. And, or sorry, that is healing. Growth. That is not the one I want. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. So then you can also find potion effects you haven't unlocked yet by looking for these lines along here. They help you line up a bit with the effect as you're developing these as well, because they point directly from the center of the potion back to this center of the map. And your potion has a little bit of a indicator of which direction it'll go if you pour water into it to help you line things up. So I obviously have something in the fire direction that I haven't unlocked yet. There's something in the water direction, which I will probably be going through. There's that growth. And then there's this line right here. That, I'm pretty sure, is sleep. Sleep would be the coldness of water and a little bit of life. It's a chill, healing period of your day. That's how I would think about that personally. Anyway, let's try that again. Let's not screw up this time. I don't need to go straight or go straight for a double potion type. It may or may not get you more money if you make something that's doubly effective for them. Sometimes you just want to go for simpler potions for one reason or another. In this case, it would be because I have no life leaf. I can't make that movement as easily as I could before. So this is going to be a potion of freezing, which I could grab for a potion of frost. That's what they call it. Or just a tick mark on the alchemist's path. However, I don't want to give them a potion with side effects that they're not looking for. Sometimes they get annoyed. And warming would probably be more useful for a good night's sleep than cooling, depending. If you don't have a good enough blanket in your house. But I know cold is also good for sleep and health, but that's only to a certain extent, and frost is a bit farther than that. Now this one I don't understand. I'll get there if I need to. That one is a potion of dexterity. I guess dexterity involves keeping you cool, doesn't it? But I associate coolness with stillness more than I do dexterity. Alright, here is the potion of sleep. Which you'd normally find by trial and error. It's not really a good ingredient to get precisely there. Dried saddle might work. A little bit. I might be able to get a 2 with that. I don't think I'm gonna get a 3 potion with that. This is where a life root would have been nice. Yeah, well. Early on, you don't really get the luxury of choice. However, I think this might actually work. I'm gonna show off what I was talking about before. Forget exactly where this goes. This whirlpool has all the whirlpools have a fancy feature of giving you a little bit of a, not necessarily shortcut. Nope, that was a little lower than I needed. But sort of a nudge on the map to a different location. They can be shortcuts, but they're very chaotic. What I could have done is I could have just gone into the whirlpool and used its rotation to get to the bottom of it. I believe that would have lined up. Oh well. A little bit more Waterleaf is fine. Waterleaf is not the most expensive ingredient, although I find myself running out of it as well. A bit more than I would like. Let's see. For this, it's sometimes best to get the lowest angle on your path, because it's going to pull you towards the center, so if you're a little bit lower, it pulls you upward. Then should be able to get a 3 with this. Not that I'm going to save this, because this is a really bad path to take to get to 3. But having a little bit more money early on helps me get to the point where I can more easily keep supplies on stock. Still not gonna tackle. Hey, our first merchant. And this is the herbalist. Oh, she says right there. Hi, are you the new alchemist? I'm the local herbalist. I gather plants and sell them. Want to see what I have for sale? I think I have something that might interest you. You sell anything except herbs? Only sell what I know about. Flowers, herbs, roots, and berries and fruits. You can buy other things from other merchants. And so yeah, there's a few merchant types. Most of them are specialized other than the wandering merchant. And you can get some of the best ingredients from them. Some of the things do not grow in here, despite it being enchanted garden that can grow just about everything. Just about doesn't, in fact, include things like, say, stones. If you, I think that's mostly all you can't get. There's a thing about the Uh, the mineral ingredients, though, which I'm pretty sure they patched out, there was a bug where if you didn't find the guy who sold you those fast enough, he actually, his flag would get removed and you wouldn't be able to actually unlock him, which is kind of silly. I should have no issue with that, because I'm pushing pretty quickly through, not the real time, but in-game time. Anyway, show me your goods. She's only gonna have the basic things right now, because it's early game and haven't given her the ability to find better stuff yet. That'll come up later. For these guys, haggling doesn't actually affect any of this unless I mess up terribly. So I can haggle to my heart's content. Things I want to have on hand, I want to have a decent baseline of things. The thing I have the least of is Life Leaf. I have exactly 0 of those, so I want to pick up those. Having at least 10 of each seems like a nice first step, if I can reach that, which I can't with Life Leaf just yet, because she didn't have enough on her. Now, I cannot pay for that right now, but as you can see, here it's saying that I can manage to pay for it if I haggle well on a 3-star medium difficulty haggling. Haggling at medium will give me roughly 50% off, I think it is. No, just under. But still enough to bring that down to where I can afford it. Oh, I'm used to messing around with the old version of hard. They made that easier in this update, which is fine. I mostly did for the challenge, but it kind of, it gets annoying after a while because it was really punishing before. I'm not going to be able to unlock that for a while because that requires a lot of points, and right now I'm just going for things that level me up faster, not things that give me money faster. So yeah, start haggling. I sort of showed it off before in the tutorial, but I just need to hit these as the arrow goes past it, and it doesn't matter when I start, only when I first hit that haggle button. As I hit them, they're going to move. If you hit them too many times, they disappear, and they will get smaller as time goes on. And if I miss them entirely, it actually makes the deal go down a bit. So let's just get this done really quick. Yep, brought it down to 270. I can actually pay for that. That was good enough to get me a talent point. I'm gonna want better visibility and better alchemy to get me some more experience. I'm probably gonna stop at the end of this day, just because I was only gonna give a preview, but yeah. So that's about all I can pay for right now, just because it's so early in the game. Buy something from Merchant, start a new day, start Poison, Fire, Frost. I can get to Alchemist's Path Chapter 2 real quick. Greetings, I recently went fishing in a lake in the forest. I cast my line out and immediately got a bite. I reeled and didn't try to get it off the hook, but that fish had some teeth. Bit me on the palm and flopped back into the water. And now my hand is all swollen. How can I fish now? Alright, so he just needs a healing potion. Theoretically, it would make sense if he also wanted ice to decreased swelling, but I don't think that actually gives you any benefit. I do have Life Leaf now. If too many people need healing potions, that's going to be a little bit of an issue. I guess I could have given him this. Yeah, he doesn't care. You see the 10% from the popularity level is given, bumped it up from 25 to 27. Not gonna haggle. So that actually is a set NPC. A lot of these guys are random. He'll show up multiple times, and his quest lines get sillier and sillier as he tries to go for more and more exotic fish. I was accosted by a bandit who wanted to rob me, but you picked the wrong target. I gave him a beating he'll soon not soon forget. But afterwards, when I finally reached town, I slipped and hurt my knee. Do you have anything I can use to heal it? Yeah, I feel like that's a cover-up. I feel like you actually got... Well, if you only hurt your knee, that's still impressive. Still. Yay, more popularity. Potion price did not go up, but the chance for discount on goods is greater and the chance of markup on goods is lower. The amount of customers has gone up slightly. It's going to be random day to day, but I should be getting 5 to 7 just because I'm that popular right now. That doesn't include merchants, so right now I believe it's 5 a day, so this should be the last one because I got 3 before the merchant, 2 after, right? Wasn't paying that much attention, I should have been. So I have a chance of getting up to 2 more. You also want healing. You burnt your leg. Here you go. Oh wait, I had 3 after the merchant, so did I have 6? Yeah, whatever. That should end the day. Yeah, so now we can start a new day for that. Let's make a quick potion of poisoning, fire, and frost to mark off the first chapter. Poison, fire, and frost. The easiest for frost is just water bloom right now. 2 of them gets me to the effect, but not particularly well. Don't have any ingredients that'll make that potion cheaper though. What I can do, which is going to be a little bit silly, is actually finish a quest I know about a little bit early by combining effects. So the poison is going to be easiest to get to with the Goblin Shroom. But it may be easier to go for fire first, which is mostly in this direction. Slightly up, which is awkward. I'm gonna do a little bit of optimization for that by stopping this on the line instead of going all the way to the bottom. That way I know I will be more able to hit directly on, like that. And I'm gonna go all the way past it for better visibility. Honestly, I just need a 1 on this. But I'm gonna try and fill it up in case, because I believe there is another quest regarding having 5 things on 1 potion. Now for this, I'm going to... Is that the best one I have for South Earth? Best Earth is Terraria, but not by much. Goblin Shroom gives me little bit left as well, which allows me to go further along the path, where I lost a little bit of my down from the water by dragging that out, but I can make that work. I don't think that'll be enough to get a weak poisoning effect, so that's fine. And this is cheaper than Goblin Shroom, I believe. Also, I have more of it. Alright. I want that. May make it harder to actually get to the potion, though. Yeah, I don't think I can get that and the potion. Just barely. I can get a little bit more distance on my visibility doing that. Alright. Strong potion of fire, frost, and poisoning. That gives me all three of those. Potion with 3 different effects. Potion with 2 different effects that I got earlier. Of course, you can guess that there'll be a one with 4 and 5 based on that. This guy's going to be harder to get rid of, because fire and frost are usually competing, but there are people who just want stronger weapons, and this can be used to enchant them with fire and frost and poisoning. So that'll be useful to them if they ever show up. Anyway, that marks all of the Chapter 1 quests done, and as soon as I sleep and start a new day, and that unlocks Chapter 2. That's basically how this game goes. You are going to be leveling up to you become a Master Alchemist, and that gives you access to new ingredients, new merchants, and other various benefits. Don't think I can show off any of these, but eventually the new recipes get added here. They're not like this, though. They are specifically recipes you can only make with the alchemy machine, which you're gonna have to rebuild over the course of the game. Of course, at the beginning of every day, the Enchanted Garden gets a little bit more resources, so you can go without buying things from the merchant, but generally you don't want to. And your stock of visitors gets refreshed every day. Sometimes a merchant of some kind can show up first thing in the day. Those are usually the rarer ones. Unless they change it, I believe that's when they usually show up. Didn't get any special guy yet. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that here. If you are interested in this game, it is now fully released on Steam. No more beta or early access. And it is fun to just, like, you can do things in the background and mess around with this, because largely you're just to some extent you're going through motions to build up reputation. It gets a little tedious towards the end, but if you build up a good recipe book, you should be able to power through that section with no problem. The gathering of resources is sometimes the hardest part, but it also gives you different challenges as you try to get to your potions with less apt ingredients. The Reddit has a bunch of challenges of getting to weird effects with the worst ingredients. Like, I think someone got the potion of necromancy only using the hairy banana, which is a ridiculous name for an ingredient, and it has a ridiculous path. Yeah. There are a lot of things you can do with this to challenge yourself. There are a lot of things in the game that'll challenge you. They get more and more fickle as you get more popular, asking for like potions without ingredients because they're allergic or think they are. Yes, allergies are a thing, but a lot of them just kind of say, I think this is a bad ingredient. And those ones are like, you're asking for a potion of healing without life leaf because you hear it's bad for you, when it's supposed to be one of the things that's supposedly one of the most healing things in this game. Now, the funny things were, which they sort of patched out, were there were people asking for poison potions, but don't include X ingredient in it because you heard it was bad for you. Then why do you want a potion of poison if you don't want it to be bad for someone? Yeah, this game had some silly quirks and supposedly they patched it out. I kind of hope they didn't patch that one out because it was funny. And I'm gonna save this. Well, okay, I might come back to that if people are interested in seeing me going through it. I know far too much about this game, so I'd mostly be trying to optimize things and save good recipes out. I'd like to see some of your recipes if you've played. See how good you can make potions, how few ingredients you can get, what your most ridiculous potion is. Say a necromancy potion made with only hair bananas. You know, things like that. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I will probably be streaming more later next week. I may be around sometime this week though. Have a good one.